5 minutes for chapter 2. Chapter 2 is talking about personality traits. This is a very important chapter of the entire management set. Why? See, there's an example. The CEO personality may have a contribute or impact the entire company performance. Related to you guys, you probably realize sometimes you take something called employment test while searching a job. Their company HR sent you a test, say, hey, how about you take some tests before we start the first interview? What the purpose of those tests is check your personality. They want to make sure your personality can fit in their organizational culture. In other words, a company organizational culture has come from personality trait. Why? Our textbook introduced 5 big personality traits. You can read the textbook by yourself to learn each of them. The points I want to point out is the definition of those personality traits is set. However, people's understanding on those personality is changing all the time. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. I give you an example. One personality trait called negative activities, which means people always feel angry, always dissatisfied everything. However, if you're familiar with the sports, you probably realize a lot of coach or even player, they pretend to be a negative activities. Let them be more involved with the game to scare their enemy. Then they become a good personality. Another example is called agreeableness. 40 years ago, the entire academic world say agreeableness is a good personality. You always want to be nice with someone. Say yes, make sure you agree with them, right? Then 20 years ago, you may want to check this video later by yourself. Some researchers say, agreeableness means people avoid conflict with their colleague or with their friends. It's not a good personality, right? But recently, if you're familiar with a physicalist called Adam Grant, he published a book saying it really depends, right? In one situation, in one type of company, agreeableness means good. Another type of company, agreeableness means not good. In other words, you probably found a big company always requires someone with certain of personality, but small company may require different kind of personality for their employees. Why? This is why we have this linkage between personality and organizational cultures. In other words, people get together, input this value, become a value system. Those value systems transfer themselves into a norm in the organization, become a culture. There's a very interesting theory called attraction, selection, attrition theory. The culture of the company is very attractive. Many people apply a job in their company, and their HR select similar personality people think they are may fit into this company. But when people work for this company for a while, they may not think that they can work for this for a longer time. Those people will leave, save people with similar personality in the company, create that norm, becoming these cultures. So this is why personality have a major impact on the cultures, not only because their CEO personality, it becomes the overall norm in this organization. Okay, so read the textbook, do the quiz,